Welcome to Lesson 3 of Make Your First Podcast Episode a Crash Course. We're making our way, guys. We're making our way. And so in this lesson, we're going to talk about why you should make a podcast. The first reason you should make a podcast is it's easy to do. As you will see by going through this course, it really is super simple to produce your very own podcast. It may seem overwhelming at first, but I'm committed to helping you walk through every little step to produce your very first podcast episode. Once you get that first step, then we can take some more. Second, it's a great way to share your story. Sometimes it's easier to talk and share your thoughts. Even if you decide to write out a whole script of what you want to read for your audience, podcasting makes it a lot easier for you to communicate your message. More people are listening or watching content than ever. So why not share your ideas in a way more people can openly consume it? And yes, I understand you may have some hesitations, but like I said earlier, we're going to walk through this together, step by step, to help you produce your first podcast episode. After the first one, you'll be well on your way to producing more and more content. Third, it's a side hustle business building opportunity. The industry of podcasting is rapidly growing, and it has the potential to lead to some helpful passive income. As this medium is growing, there are more companies and industries looking for ways to promote their products and services, and they're looking for content creators, such as podcasters like yourself, to advertise to their audience. It takes some time to build up an audience and to land some sponsorships, but the opportunities are out there. All you have to do is keep growing as a podcaster, and that all starts with producing your very first episode. The fourth reason why you should podcast is because it's a useful skill to add to your repertoire. Just like social media marketing is a growing skill set, so is podcast production. Whether you want to podcast as a hobby, turn it into a side hustle, or even make content creation a full-time career, having the skill set of recording and producing your own podcast is something good to have. The truth is, there are a lot of people who see the value of podcasting, but they don't want to take the time to learn the skills to do it. After you take this course, you can offer your new skill set to serve others. Sure, you may not feel like an expert, but you'll be equipped to produce a quality podcast to help someone else get started. And the last reason why you should create a podcast is because it's a growing industry with a perfect time to get into it being right now. I'm going to share some statistics with you related to podcasting and how this industry is in the right time. It's just booming. It's starting to grow right now. All right, so this is an infographic from podcastinsights.com and just shares with you some stats and facts related to podcasting. So some are 51% of the U.S. population listens to podcasts. 51%. 80% listen to all or most of an episode. So even if it's just your solo podcast episode, that means 80% of people are going to actually sit and listen to everything that you have to say. Some other statistics and facts that aren't on this infographic are weekly in the U.S., podcast listeners listen to an average of 7 podcasts per week. And this is from Infinite Dial Report 2020. Another podcast, in fact, is that listeners primarily tune in while they're at home or while they're commuting or while they're working or working out or riding the bus. That's from Podcast Consumer Report 2019. Another fact is, while tuning in, respondents reported that they don't do anything else while listening to a podcast. That's 70% of listeners. Some of them do housework or chores. That's 59%. Or the other ones are driving while listening, so on their commute. And that's from Podcast Consumer Report 2019. Another fact is, as of October 2020, there are 34 million podcast episodes available. That may seem like a really daunting and big number, and it may make you feel like, oh, podcasting is saturated. Well, that's not true. That's not true at all. There's plenty of room for you to create a podcast. It literally is a booming industry right now. And going through this course and learning these skills gives you an opportunity, whether you want to just learn podcasting for fun or whether you want to see it as a business opportunity. This is the right time and these are the right skills to help you get your foot in the door. Some other information, some facts that you might find interesting are solo style podcasts are expected to be the third popular type of format. So solo podcasts are becoming increasingly more popular among both listeners and hosts. According to research by Grand Review Research, they will soon only rank behind interview and panelist formats. So that's your teams and your interview news, journalistic kind of podcasting by 2027. it's 2021, so there's space. Solo format podcasts are also expected to grow the most. Estimates reveal they'll grow by 30% in the next 7 years, outpacing current popular formats. And going through this course, I'm confident that you'll be in that 30%. Here are a few more facts about podcasting. Podcasts only started making serious money in 2015. That means that there's still plenty of room to develop podcasting and your podcasting skills to help you develop an income or as a side hustle or anything like that. There's money to be made in podcasting, and the time to get in is right now. And here's the last little tidbit. Now, it's routine that the top podcasts make more than $1 million a year in ad revenue. Additionally, an average podcast host earns approximately $87,000 per year, which, if they post weekly, is about $1,600 per episode. So I share all of that to say that there is opportunity in the podcasting realm for you. And as we go through this course, we'll make sure that you're equipped to go ahead and make your first podcast episodes so that you can go and continue to make more and more content to share with the world. In the next lesson, we're going to discuss what you actually need to make a podcast. See you then.